Today's topic is, have you got triggered today? Often I got this question, what was first, the trigger or the trauma? Or how they actually impacting your everyday life, right? So triggers means that you experience something which causing you negative emotions. So why are we experiencing negative emotions? Mostly because we have a trauma buried in the unconscious mind, and that trauma which is buried is actually attracting triggers. But when it the first time happened to you, like the very first time you experienced that situation, how it become a trauma, right? So you had a situation, let's say you were a child, you experienced something which started to bring up some emotions. You might feel frustrated, misunderstood, might you feel like limited or depressed or maybe unsupported as a child, and because of that, that situation actually created a trauma. So that situation as a memory became a trauma and buried in the unconscious mind. Time passed by and you thought it was just a memory. You sometimes you don't even remember what just happened because it was a long time ago. It felt not that drastic, right? It wasn't terrifying. It was just an incident. And then later, something happened to you which caused similar feelings, similar negative emotions. You felt again unsupported. You felt again limited. You felt again misunderstood and frustrated. And then it's caused you a bit of struggle, right? Might you felt moody because of that, and then might you maybe cut off some people, or it maybe caused also some anger, some reactions, and then again something happened later which caused you the same emotions, but this time it was even more overwhelming. And might you felt depressed, might you thought, okay, I'm not going to talk to anybody for a while, I'm gonna not trusting people anymore. So you started to create some beliefs as well with this situation, so that's even made it more, what can I say, more stagnated in your system, more stuck into your system, this whole experience. And again, years later or months later, you get triggered again by another incident. So those triggers are actually coming to you, happening to you because of that first experience. So the first was an incident where you actually reacted with negative emotions and that become a trauma. And then now it's bringing the rest of the triggers, more triggers, more triggers. And they are actually as they amplify those triggers, they become stronger and stronger in your system, and your reactions is much wider, much how can I say it, wider, basically much stronger reactions, which eventually could become a mental illness such as depression or panic attacks, anxiety, stress, and then even from there could come the disease. So we need to stop those triggers, right? We don't want those triggers to happen, not just because it's uncomfortable, not just because you don't want to feel these negative emotions, but because also they are leading to diseases. So the most important thing when you realize you have these triggers, you realize it's like a pattern, it's attracting more of those, then basically you actually need to find the root and release it to stop the triggers. You can rewrite the past to create a brand new future. That's what is happening. Because if you're not doing it, it's going to continue happening and it's going to become a disease. People living their life, experiencing stress, anxiety, frustration, they have anger issues, so on and so forth. And they think it's normal because their neighbor, their relatives, everybody's doing it around them. So it's a normal human reality, right? That's what they think. And then on this other hand is also the diseases and the illnesses, like, oh yeah, it's part of the human reality. We have hospitals, we have doctors, we have all of these things happening. So it's normal again to get cancer, to diabetes, heart attacks, so on and so forth, because because we are human. But it's not true, it's not normal. Is happening to people who's going through these struggles, these processes. Some people are living healthy and happy out there because they might more resilient, might they haven't had any trauma or experiences, and they actually just going through life being responsive instead of reacting, and then that's why they are kind of protected from these kind of triggers and diseases. So basically, if you need any help to release your traumas and continue living a healthier and happier life, I would recommend you to download one of my free content, check out them, and book a call with me, because I'm more than happy to help you with that. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone.